It's taken its time, but 2 years after the new C-Class Saloon went on sale, Mercedes has finally got around to launching its Coupe offshoot. And here it is. Now, the old C-Class Coupe could trace its roots back to 2011, whereas this new model is based on the platform of the new C-Class Saloon, only with a sleeker, more attractive body. Generally speaking, cars like this and the BMW 4 Series Coupe are much more practical than they look. Certainly in terms of boot space, there's a nice wide opening, there's easily enough room for a couple of cases, and you can fold the middle section of the rear seats down for a through loading bay, or pull these levers and drop the rear seats down too. The 2 rear seats are quite cramped though. Kids will be fine, but if you're 5'11" like me, let alone any bigger, you're going to find headroom a bit tight. Thankfully, it's my job to sit in the front, where there's also lots of adjustment in the seat and the steering wheel to find a good driving position. I love all the changes in surface here as well, whether it's the metal here, the leather here, it's just beautiful, and everything you touch feels so premium. Now, the controls for the sat-nav and the audio are slightly overcomplicated, but the system itself is good. The menus are clear and it's fairly intuitive to use. There's also a decent amount of storage space for phones, keys and wallets. Mercedes does offer hugely powerful AMG versions of this car, but most will go for either the petrol or this 2.1 litre diesel. You can have manual or automatic gearboxes with either, and although C-classes for the moment are all rear-wheel drive, a four-wheel drive model is on the way. Our diesel test car has 170 horsepower, along with a 9-speed automatic gearbox. That's a combination which returned 67 miles per gallon in EU fuel tests. As ever, you'll be lucky to match those figures in real-world driving, but as a guide, in our tests, we've been getting just shy of 40 miles per gallon. What I can say though, in the Merc's defence, this is a beautiful car to drive. It's not that it's overtly sporty or, on the contrary, all soft and wallowy, but on the right suspension setup and with sensibly sized wheels, it just strikes the perfect balance between ride and handling. In that regard, it's also worth seriously thinking about upgrading to the Airmatic suspension, which makes a mockery of broken road surfaces. It also stops the C-Class Coupe from leaning over too much in corners, which combined with accurate steering makes it fun to drive along a twisty road. Ultimately, a BMW 4 Series feels a bit more connected to the road and has a quieter diesel engine, but there's something about the Mercedes that just feels classier and more grown up. Mercedes is though on top form as far as reliability goes, often outscoring its premium rivals, and robust resale values will help keep leasing costs in check. All in all, this is a very desirable car, and its focus on comfort while still retaining enough excitement to be fun in the corners feels just about right. Yes, it's expensive, but you know, the best things in life often are. One thing that's not expensive though is subscribing to the Telegraph Cars YouTube channel. In fact, it's completely free and you can do it by clicking up here. And once you've done that, don't forget to head to the Telegraph Cars website down here to read detailed reviews of the Mercedes, all its rivals and many other cars as well.